What's up, Facebook? Hope everybody's doing good. Facebook, go get my people. Drop them on in here. We got some good stuff to talk about today. It is Tuesday. We are ready. What's up, TJ, Francisco? Nice to see y'all. Guys, I want to talk, while people are building in here, I want to talk a little bit of things that are going on. Don't forget, tonight, I tagged a lot of you. Tonight is the first Sales Hustlers Spotlight live on Facebook. What that was designed to do was highlight salesmen across the country that maybe you don't know. Teach you a little bit about their salesmanship, how well they're doing, and a little history about who they are. Guys, I think it's really cool when you get to learn people. You get to see me every day, but a lot of the salesmen you don't know. You don't really know as people. So it's kind of cool. We're going to get a little down and dirty, find out broken roads, the failures, then the successes, and maybe something that they're doing interesting to maybe attract business in there. So that's tonight, 5:30 Eastern. My first interview tonight is with Ryan Smith. We call him Rhino. It's going to be a great interview, I promise you. If you don't know his story, you need to tune in because it is going to be amazing. All right? Secondly, any of you salesmen or sales manager across the country that want to join a great community, inspiring people to be better in sales, okay? Sales hustlers. You're going to love it. Car sales and managers. I don't want any other salesmen in there. We're just going to be a community of inspiring others, okay? No vendors, no people trying to sell stuff, all right? So remember all that. All right, I don't know if you noticed what I'm making this about today. But guys, everybody asks my process all the time. I've been out here for 6 months doing a different interview every day, talking about the sales process, talking about the cycle of the sale, talking about different things in the cycle of the sale. I've never really laid down my process. So I'm going to do that today, okay, in detail. Go through all 7 steps, some of the questions I ask inside those 7 steps. So maybe this will help you. If you don't have a process, let me tell you this. If you don't have a process in sales, okay, you're going to be inconsistent, okay? You're going to be flying by the seat of your pants, and one customer will lay down for you and buy a car. The next one is going to be harder for you because you didn't put them through a process. Guys, we need to put every single customer through the sales cycle, okay? Do not skip steps. If you do, you're shortchanging yourself and the customer and the dealership. I promise you, okay? I know you think you see an easy sale, so you run to it, but I'm telling you, when you present those numbers, it might get hard because you didn't go through the process and create value. Remember, I don't believe in ABC. I think it's okay, but I believe in ABV, okay? Always build value. And the more time you can spend with the customer, the more things that you can show him that you're an expert and that your car is the best and your dealership has value. That's going to help when you try to ask for the business. All right? So we're going to get started here. Shawn Hayes here, your car guy. 7 steps of the sale. You know, back in the day when I got into sales, it was a long time ago. I think in 1998. Okay, I got into sales. Back then, they taught me the 12 steps of the sale. I used to go crazy. There's so many steps, right? And they were all so little steps, and it was really confusing. So over the years, I've condensed that down. I think some of those steps were just repetitious, and I think they were silly because they were clogging it up. Okay, I like to have a flow when I'm selling a car. You know what I mean? Just a flow. It's easy. It should be smooth. I shouldn't be worried about which step I'm in, okay? And am I doing it correctly? Because there's so many of them, you can't even remember them, right? So I condensed it down a little bit, okay? I took all the things that I thought were really, really important, okay? And I emphasized them. Because if you're spending so much time worrying about doing the steps, but not taking the time to do the steps properly, okay, I think you should focus more on doing this fewer steps, but properly, okay? So here they are. Number 1, meet and greet, okay? Obviously. Now I want you to understand, this seems simple, right? It seems simple, right? I go and meet somebody. But you can lose the sale in the first 10 seconds. I promise you, you cannot get the sale but you can lose it in the first 10 seconds. So this is really, really important, okay? You have to make that first impression with the customer, okay? And you have to, how I do it is I go to them, no sunglasses on, guys, okay? If you're a smoker, do not smoke, okay, before you take a customer. You smell like a bag of smoke. I'm telling you guys, you think you're covering it up because you can't smell yourself, okay, because you smoke so much. But everybody else smells it, and you smell terrible, all right? Make sure your breath is fresh, all right? And you walk up to the customer, okay? You don't vulture on the customer. I actually let the customer get out. Breathe for a second, okay? Because kind of put yourself if you were the customer. Do you want somebody jumping on you as soon as they get out of the car or standing by your car when you're pulling up? Man, that's irritating, okay? I would probably just put it in reverse and drive away. So I let them pull up, they park, they get out, they kind of adjust their clothes and look around, and then I walk up to them, okay? Now I'm going to shake their hand. However many people are in the group, I'm going to shake all their hands. I'm going to look them in the eye. I'm going to thank them for coming in. I'm going to ask them, have they been here before? Are they here to see anybody in particular? Salesmen out there, you skaters, make sure you ask that question. Next, okay, after I shake their hand, I'm going to ask the important question. What do you ask? Well, some people say, how can I help you? What would you like to see? All these things, okay? Now remember, the customer already has their hair up about us. They don't really trust salesmen. So I ask them, what information can I provide for you today? Well, we're not here to buy anything. We're not here. We're just looking. Understand. You know what? I sold so many cars last week. We don't have any paper left. All right? So what information can I provide for you today? Well, we're not buying today. I'm not here to sell, sir. I'm here to provide you information. What information can I provide for you today? Do you understand what I'm doing here? I'm putting down their defenses a little bit. Okay, they have their defenses up when they come on the lot, right? And I can lose that deal in the first 10 seconds, correct? So I want to make sure, even though I want to sell them a car, I don't want them to know I want to sell them a car. I mean, it's obviously an unwritten rule. They know I want to, but I don't want to come on to them in a salesy, shticky kind of way. What information can I give for you, man? Okay, put yourself in a personal situation with them. Like, look, man, my job's to provide you information. Okay, I want to make sure before you leave here today, which I've given them the ability to think they're going to leave here today without buying a car. Before you leave here today, I want to make sure you have all the information you need. All right, so that meet and greet is very, very important. Remember, shake their hand firmly. Do not have sunglasses on. Make sure you do not have odors protruding from your body, people. Okay, shake their hand. Everybody in the group, introduce yourself. Okay, I also give them a business card at this time. So they do, if they do I'll forget my name later, they have a reference point, okay? It also, the more they look at that business card, the more I feel familiar to them because they keep seeing my name, all right? Now, after the meet and greet, after we just said, hey, what's going on, blah, 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 right? I said all that stuff. Now remember, their defenses are still up a little bit. Even though I had a solid meet and greet, I'm still a salesman. We're evil, remember? So I need to do a needs analysis. I got to find out what their problem is. Now, I know they're going to tell you that they're not buying for a year and a half. I know they're going to tell you that they don't need a car. I'm going to tell you that, they're just looking. They got an appointment down the road. They've got ice cream in the car. All these things are a defense mechanism. Some of them are true, but most of them are a defense mechanism. Okay, because they're scared. They're setting themselves up just in case they need to escape, all right? Now, we have to find the problem. So, all these things are great that they're telling you, but listen, just like I've said before, okay? On your day off, you don't go, hey, Mr. Dentist, I'm gonna come hang out with you today. He says, well, sure, Shawn, I'd love to look at your teeth. No, I don't want you to look at my teeth. I just want to come hang out with you, all right? Nobody does that, right? Nobody's coming to the car lot if they don't have some sort of problem or some interest in your product. All right? Do you go to Publix and just walk around? No. Okay? So these things we have to remember in the back of our mind. Now, you don't want to push the customer with that. So if they say they're just looking, you don't say, oh, yeah, sure you are. Or, oh, some of my best customers were looking and then they bought. Okay? None of that. That's hogwash. All right? I kind of attack that in a humorous kind of way. like I said before, you know what, a lot of my customers, I sold so many cars last week, I don't even have any paper left, man. So don't worry about it. I couldn't sell you a car if you asked me to. No, don't ask me anymore. I cannot sell it to you. Just let me provide you information. See what I'm doing? I'm disarming them with humor. It's a joke. Obviously, they know it's shtick, but they giggle. They laugh. Defenses come down. Now I can get on to finding the problem. Now, the best way to find that problem is at your desk. You do not want to be walking around in the hot sun, okay, walking around with all this merchandise out here, walking around with them not trusting and going to confide in you yet. I would rather have them inside in a cool, air-conditioned area, comfortable chairs, a soft drink in their hand, relaxed in a chair, okay, without a bunch of merchandise around me. All right, do you understand? Because now I need to sit down and find their needs. Now, how do I find their needs? People ask me that all the time. What questions do you ask, Shawn? Well, it's pretty simple. The 5 W's and 1 H. Hopefully you've heard of that before. 5 W's, 1 H. The who, what, where, why, and how. Okay? And when. Yes. All of them. Okay? But the key to this is not asking it like a journalist or an investigator. Okay? You need to build rapport while you do it. So every question or two that I ask that are a needs question, I then build it up with a rapport question. Okay? So I need to find out what the problem is, why they're here. Okay? I need to find out who the car is for and who the decision maker is. That's my who. I need to find out how they're paying for the car. I need to find out where they bought their last one and where it's financed. Okay? And, you know, you obviously get my drift. Okay? We need to find out this stuff. This is going to be our needs analysis. Now, we investigate as much as we can. Get as many questions and find the problem and then form a solution. You are a solutions provider in today's economy if you're good. If not, you're a sticky salesman. You don't want to be a salesman. You want to be a solutions provider because that's what people need. They don't need salesmen. They need somebody that listens to their problems, says, you know what, I know my product good enough. I am smart enough in this business that I know the perfect car for you. Now, that moves us to number 3, the demo. This is key, guys. If you skip this step, you're cheating yourself, okay? A lot of people go out there, yeah, here's the car, look at it. You like it? Great, let's go inside and work numbers. Okay, you want to cost yourself money, the dealership money, and car deals? This is a step you have to really, really focus on. This is the $1 million walk around, guys. Okay, this is it. This is like going into, say, Best Buy, all right, and looking at TVs, but they're all off. How are you going to see the TV that you want to buy? Okay, we need a good demonstration here in this stage. Now, how do I do it? Well, I leave the people at my desk. I say, guys, I think I have the perfect solution for our problem. I got the perfect car for you. Let me go grab it. You stay in the AC. There's no reason for both of us to sweat out there. Enjoy your drink. I'll be right back. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to go get the car. Why is that? All right, what if I get to the car and it's got a bunch of trash in it? Okay? What if I get to the car and the seats are laid down? What if I get to the car and the channel is like on some like terrible channel and like it's blasting up? Okay? What if I get to the car and whatever? Okay, I want to go out there, touch the car, walk around it, get the seats perfectly, get the radio station on a good station, turn the AC on, open the windows to let some of that heat out. Do you understand what I'm doing? Second reason I want to do that is because I want to isolate the car I want to demonstrate. Yes, isolate the car I want to demonstrate. I don't want to walk them out there where there's 5,000 cars. How am I going to gain control of that situation? They're going to be looking at everything. It's like putting my wife in a jewelry store. Okay? If I brought out one piece of jewelry to my wife, she would love it. But if I walk her into a jewelry store, she can't focus. She's looking at everything. It's blinging. That's what's going to happen if you walk your customer out to the lot. So remember, isolate the demonstration. Get the car, pull it up under the shade. Okay? Then I do my demonstration. Now, your demonstration needs to be every feature on the car with a story attached to it, how it will benefit their life, okay? And ask them at the end, don't you see value in that? All right, so I'm going to take one example. Blind spot detection system. Guys, if you ever been driving down the road and you didn't see somebody in your blind spot, yeah. Well, of course you did, right? Well, when you go to get over and all of a sudden they honk at you and you have to swerve back, you almost got in an accident. Has that ever happened to you? Yeah. I got 2 nods right there. Yep, they're nodding with me, right? I'm nodding with them, they're nodding, everybody's nodding. Okay? Well, guys, it will not happen in this car. Why? Because this car is equipped with blind spot detection system. So when that happens to you, now it's going to alert you in the mirror with a yellow blinking light. If you still don't see that light and you use your turn indicator to go out of your lane, it's now going to give you an audible noise inside the vehicle. That won't happen anymore. Do you see value in that? Yeah, of course they see value in it, because I put them in a situation that they've already been in to sell my feature. They've been in that situation. You have too, okay? So build your feature with stories, okay? Make sure you give a benefit to that story, and then make sure you say, do you see value in that? By the time that you are done with this demo, doing that all the way around, you've built value in every feature, you've asked them if it built value, and now when you go to pricing, you're not going to be only price shopping. You understand? So guys, do a great demo. Make sure that you do a great demo. I can't stress it enough. Next, drive. Okay, now some people feel differently on this. Some people like their customers to go. Some people by themselves. Some people like for the salesman to drive off the lot and then switch positions. Some people like to do it different ways. I'm just telling you how I do it, okay? I ride passenger. I let the customer drive. I feel like this is a great time to build rapport. All right, so I just ask questions. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. How many kids do you have? All these things. You know, where do you live? Where are you from? Okay, where'd you go to school? What do you do for a living? We're building a lot of rapport because I didn't have a lot of time to build rapport on the demo. Okay, I did slightly, but not like this. Okay, we built a little rapport. Okay, but I want to build more now. Now, we drive, have a good amount of drive. Okay, while you're driving and building rapport, you point out features as well. Did you see that GPS? Do you see how the sun, when it hits it, it doesn't give a sheen off the glass? Yeah, a lot of cars aren't like this. This is a matte finish. You see value in that? Yeah, great. Whoop, did you see your blind spot detection just go off? Yeah. How valuable is that when you're driving down the road? You won't have to worry about somebody, you getting over and hitting somebody, right? So you see what I'm doing here. I'm talking to him, I'm building value, I'm also explaining the features. Now, when we get back to the dealership, a lot of people say, pull it up in the sold aisle, okay? I don't do that. Here's the thing, man. I try to stay away from such cheesy stuff. Guys, people see right through you, all right? I try to just be myself. Would I want to hear that? No, not really. So I don't say it. You can say it if you want. I just say I don't, all right? We drive back, we pull in, okay? I say, guys, we spent a lot of time together, okay? I think I found the perfect car for your solution. We did a long demo, we did a long drive. I think this is it. We need to work on some numbers right now. No, I'm not ready. Look, guys, I understand. You have fear of numbers because that means you're buying a car, but that's not what it means here. You cannot figure out if you have the right vehicle for you if you only test drive and you only demo. You need to see a budget. See if it fits your budget. So let's go inside. We're going to go inside. I'm going to give you some budget stuff. Okay, so when you leave here today, you have everything. You can't formulate a great decision without the budget, right? They agree with that. So we go inside. Now we have to do an appraisal on the vehicle. This is the fifth step. So remember, 1 was meet and greet, 2 was needs analysis, 3 was demo, 4 was drive, 5, appraisal. Now guys, do a thorough appraisal, okay? Make sure you do a thorough appraisal. If you want to perfect the appraisal, you get the customer to walk out with you, okay? Fill out all the information, you know, so you can basically walk around the vehicle, have the customer sell the vehicle to you, okay? It keeps them busy with you instead of sitting at your desk for the next 20 minutes while you're doing appraisals, okay? Makes sense? Now, number 6, present numbers and close. This is step 6. All right, so I've got numbers, okay? I sent the numbers to my manager. I went back, I got them, I bring it back. Now, right away, here's what a lot of people do. They flop them down and they show them to the customer. I do not, okay? I take that paper back, I sit it upside down on my desk so they can't see it. I know they're wanting to see it. They want to see it bad. I can see it in their eyes, but I'm not going to show them to them yet because I want to go over what we just went over, okay? I want to go over the problems that they came in here about, the solutions that we came out, all the features that they liked, the drive that they commented about how it drove, okay? I go over all that with them and I say, guys, today I put a great proposal for you together. I know you're going to like it. What we did was get the lowest number on ours, the highest number on yours, a total out the door cash, and then we gave you 16 payment options over here if you wanted to finance it. I lease all my vehicles, so I also wanted to put the lease information in here too, because it's now the way everybody's buying vehicles, okay? With this, you're gonna get 2 free oil changes, okay? You're gonna get great service with loaner programs, and then you're gonna get a smile from me, all right? Then I flip it over. I walk them down through it. I mark it X on the bottom. I say, just circle the one that fits you best, and I shut up, okay? Now, they're either going to sign it or they're not, right? We'll get into overcoming objections on a different video, or this would be an hour long. So anyways, that is it. Now, you say, Shawn, that's only 6. Can you not count? Well, I came from Ohio, but I can count to 7, all right? The 7th I didn't even put in here, but I got it right now. You know why? I specialized it and saved it for last. Number 7 is the most important thing. It's because I do it the whole time. That's why there's no place here for it. It's called building rapport. I build rapport in the meet and greet. I build rapport in the needs analysis. I build rapport in the demo, the drive, the appraisal, and the close. So there was no place for that thing, man. I put it at the end because it's number 1. It's the most important thing you can do in a car deal. Build rapport, okay? Build rapport in every step. Never stop building rapport. That's what we need to come up with is a tagline about building rapport. So guys, remember these. If you want to be consistent in car sales, if you don't want the up and down months, you need a process and you need to stick to that process. If your process right now is not working for you, institute this one. I promise you this one works. Okay, I've been doing it for years, for 10 years straight. In fact, I was doing it before that in different types of sales. Processes work. You want to be the best? You want to sell cars? Be consistent. Shawn Hayes here, your car guy, Hyundai of St. Augustine. I make car buying easy.